Good morning and happy Mother's Day to all you guys. I will be doing a quick segment today, a little bit more than 35 minutes probably, but all focused on Mother's Day, and of course that means Heart Center, where all mothers operate from. So again, we're going to take a lot of binding poses today, opening up, cleansing, clarifying that Heart Center. So I'm excited. Let's get started, laying down in Shavasana. Go ahead and just finding that quiet place we do when we start our practice. Letting those hips just gently shift and rock, displaying those feet open, palms facing towards the sky. But I want you to take extra care in focusing that attention at our heart center and feeling that breath. Fill our lungs, surround that space around that heart chakra. And purifying it, I want you to use visualization as you inhale in, inhaling light and energy, that force that drives us forward as women, as mothers, as healers. And as you exhale, I want you to let any negativity go, any doubts that we as women carry many times. Self-doubt, things we could have done different or better. And give yourself the space to recognize that what you have done in your life and in the world is the best and most perfect that you could have put out there. And we have the opportunity every day to continue to grow that. Start slowing that breath down, and making that energy that we bring in with each breath bigger and more powerful. Holding that at the top, sipping it in. Again, visualizing that light surrounding our heart, and exhaling out. Using that full force to release any negativity. One more deep breath here. Draw the heels of the feet together. Inhale those arms overhead. Opening that chakra as we arch that back off the mat, reaching in those fingertips and toes in opposite directions. Again, stretching open that space, making it larger, bigger than life. Inhaling, bringing those fingertips, placing them beneath the glutes. And then gently rise up onto those elbows, drawing them beneath the shoulders. Dropping the crown of the head back as we slide over the top of the top edges of our hands there, and then slowly lift those feet. Continually arching that back, coming to that kingfish pose. Again, opening that heart as we peel those shoulders back. Rib cage reaching towards the ceiling, belly pulling in towards the spine. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale those feet down. Slowly bring those palms out from beneath the glutes. Gently release that neck. Draw the knees into the chest. Gently rock from side to side. Again, coming through that lower back, maybe making little circles on the ceiling with those knees. Coming into that lower back and all the way around into those hip flexors. And then reversing those circles in the opposite direction. Again, bring it back to center, gently rocking from side to side. Take that yogi toe hold on those large toes, coming up into happy baby.
Heels reaching towards the ceiling, knees pressing down. Now I want you to isometrically press those shoulder blades into the mat, opening that chest. But again, using that little bit of tension to draw those knees closer to the floor. Opening through those hip flexors, lower back, pressing into the mat, engage that abdominal area. Again, strong, active pose. If you want to rock this from side to side, gently touching those knees to the floor, feel free. And then dropping it back to center. If it's in your practice, gently reach those legs open, saying good morning to those calves, inner thighs. Finding a little bit of lengthening. Again, lift those rib cages towards the ceiling, opening that chest again. Again, remember this entire practice is going to be about opening that heart center, taking everyday postures that we do and finding that opening. Draw those knees back to the chest. Release those heels to the floor. Again, bring those arms to a wide T position, palms to the floor. Edge those feet out to the corners or edges of the mat, and then gently reach opposing knee to opposing ankle. Windshield wipering through those knees, again just loosening up that lower back. Maybe pausing just a second, pressing that knee towards that ankle. A couple more times on each side. And bring it back to center. Now maybe drop your knees to the right side. Slowly roll over onto your belly. Again, bringing that chest, palms right by your side. Again, shoulders pointing back. And then we're going to take that left toe pointing it skyward and gently reach that foot over, dropping it to the floor to the right side. Peeling through that hip, exhale it down. Inhale up on that left heel now, pointing that toe towards the sky. Exhale it, drop it over to the left side. Inhale, back to center. 2 more times on each side. Left toe points skyward. Exhale it over to the right. Inhale, center, drop it down. Right toe comes to the sky. Inhale it to the left. Beautiful spine opener, a little bit of tension in that glute. Back to center 1 more time on each side. Left toe points skyward. Exhale it over. And last time. Right toe comes skyward and bring it over. Beautiful job. New little movement there. Exhale it back to center. Inhale. Bring it up to that beautiful Cobra pose. Rock through those hips. Again, gently releasing that lower back. Inhale, press it up. And exhale, halfway down. Elbows again, pressing into the ribcage. Pull those feet off the mat. Coming into that baby extended Cobra pose. Again, focusing on that lower back, opening the chest. Now holding here, I want you to interlace those hands behind the back, binding that posture. Keep those feet off the ground. Again, pull that chest skyward. Open that chakra. Bring those heels skyward. Release those hands, taking it directly into that boat pose. Pulling that chest out. See if you can lift those knees just a little bit. Forcing that chest to open. Shoulder blades drawing together. And exhale those knees down, plant those hands. Pull it up to that tabletop position. Again, squaring through. Again, rock those hips from side to side. Maybe pick those hands up and just intentionally place them directly beneath that shoulder. Roll those shoulders down, back, and away from the ear. Find that neutral position. Exhale it through a few cat-cows here. Again, really opening up that lower back. And last time, hold it in that cat pose. breathe it in. Again, press that spine. Just a small movement. Rock those hips from side to side. Kind of reaching that hip towards that opposing elbow. Feeling that lower back stretch. And bring it back to neutral. Exhale it back, bringing it to that first down dog of the day. Pedal through those heels. Now again, open that chest as we peel up onto those toes. Exhale those knees, hovering over the floor, belly drawn in. Inhale skyward, exhale those heels down. Pedal through just a few more times. Exhale that head between the shoulders. Look between the hands. Bring it forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, one more time. Down dog, 2 deep breaths. Keep pedaling through those heels if you want to, or you can hold that stationary posture. And last time, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, find that down dog. Now maybe walk your feet halfway into that position, almost like an extended forward fold. The feet are flat. Palms are about 3 feet in front of the body. And maybe walk that right hand center. Now again, we're gonna work on some binding positions here. We're gonna extend that right leg back as though you're in warrior 3. And then bring that left hand to that left ankle. Finding that balance. Bring it down. Press those hips back. Left hand comes center. Left foot goes back, extending again to that half warrior 3 position. Right hand comes to right angle. Again, this is a big challenge on that balance. Focus using that breath, not holding it. And bring it back down. Walk or jump to the top of your mat, finding that true and full forward fold. Inhale, the half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in those knees. Inhale, reverse swan. Exhale, open that chest. Again, interlacing those hands behind the back. Pull that chest open. Reach and slide those hands down towards the knees. Inhale it up. Exhale, release. Take those hands before the body. Come up onto those toes into that diver position. Interlacing those fingers. Hold that. Exhale it down. Right foot extends back. Warrior 3. Immediately sweep those hands back. Find that bound position. Chest opening. Press those palms together. Beautiful. Hold that, feel that glory of the chest and that heart center. Energizing, exhale that right foot down to warrior 1. Maintaining that bound position, chest reaching skyward. Inhale it forward, sweeping. Exhale back, bind those hands, open that chest. One more time, inhale it forward. Exhale, open, reach that chest skyward. Inhale those hands up. Open to that warrior 2. Again, back foot comes parallel with the edge of that mat. Find those strong warrior hands. Drishti point over that left finger. Exhale it down. Take that left hand underneath that left leg. Bind it, opening through that right. Again, finding either a towel or that full binding. Open through that chest. Breathe that energy in.
Inhale, slowly release. Taking that back. Reach forward to the top of your mat. Exhale the chair. Take it around. Bind that position. Opening. Getting the theme of today, we're opening that chest. Exhale that belly to the floor, to the chest. Reaching down to the quads. Drop those glutes. Breathe it through. Pull those shoulder blades together. And release. Inhale, reverse swan. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan. Exhale, open again, bind those hands, open that chest, slide those hands down the back of the hamstrings. Inhale up. Reach those hands forward. Come up onto those toes in that diver position. Slowly exhale it down. Left foot extends back to that warrior three. Sweep those hands back, find that bound position. Shoulder blades pulling together, palms pressing. Breathe in a deep breath. Energizing. Exhale, step it down to that warrior one. Ribcage reaching skyward. Inhale it forward. Exhale, open up. One more time, inhale it forward. Exhale, open warrior one, bind that position. Inhale, slowly reach up, extend through that warrior two. Finding that position, press that right knee out, strong drishti focus over those arms. Reach them in opposite direction. Exhale, dropping that left hand, coming into that bind position. That right hand reaches back, chest opens up, pull that left shoulder back. Breathe. And slowly inhale back up. Step it forward. Exhale it down to chair. Sweep those hands back, interlace, opening that chest. Peel it forward. Exhale, chest to quads, not touching. Drop those glutes. A little more challenge if you want to pop up onto those toes. Breathe it through. You got this. Exhale. Inhale, reverse swan. Exhale, deep breath down, swan dive forward. Inhale the half lift and hold. Now in this half lift, again, bind those arms behind the back, reach them and drop overhead. Letting that belly and chest come towards the quads. And exhale it down. Take it to forward fold, inhale to half lift. Exhale, glutes to heels. Take a little bind, coming to that opposing position, shoulders now rolling forward. Come up onto those toes, find that balance. Belly pulled in. And slowly exhale those hands back, step the right foot back, left to meet it, plank pose. And exhale, chaturanga push-up. Inhale, press it up. 2 more, exhale it down. Inhale, press it up. Last one, exhale down. Inhale up. Take that right hand center, open up to that side plank. Binding this posture. Again, take that left hand behind the back. Inhale, overhead sweep.
sweep that ribcage skyward. See if you can almost touch those fingertips to the ground. Inhale back to side plank, exhale it down, rotate to the opposite side. Beautiful long position, bind that posture. Again, right hand wraps around the back. Pull that chest open. Inhale, reach it up, exhale over. Again, envision those fingertips touching the floor. Take it back. Exhale it down, drop those knees, and release back to child's pose. Rock those hips from side to side. Maybe lay the ear on the floor. Find 2 to 3 deep breaths here. One more deep breath. Inhale it back to that tabletop position. Inhale, take that right hand center, sweep that left hand skyward. Exhale, thread that needle, bringing that left shoulder to the ground. Press that weight in. I'm going to have you drop those heels back towards the glutes. But in doing so, take that right hand, binding it around the back, reaching for that left quad. Again, pulling that shoulder towards the ceiling. Using that weight while pressing into that left shoulder to extend and open the right side. Unbind that hand slowly. Setting that hand down. Bring it back to tabletop. Take that right hand now, sweeping it skyward. And inhale underneath the body. Again, opening, threading that needle. Drop the glutes towards the heel. Extend that left hand, reaching around for that right quad. Open that chest. Again, feel that extra weight through the shoulder. And maybe rolling a little bit towards that right palm. If you need a little bit more weight in that shoulder, peel it back, release that hand. Take it back to tabletop. Bring it back underneath your body and press back to that down dog position. Beautiful. Go ahead and let that right leg fly. Reaching and extending over with that hip, kind of like we did at the beginning of class. Holding it here, or if you'd like to, go ahead and flip that dog, opening that chest, reaching skyward. And inhale, take it back, 3-legged down dog. Inhale, step that right foot through, take it up to that high lunge position. Press that hip towards the floor. Slow pulse here. Again, reaching through that left hip. Now again, if you want to, you can bind this position, pulling those hands behind the back, reaching that chest skyward, adding a little bit of weight to the upper body. Breathe it through. And hold that position. Exhale down to that hero pose, dropping the crown of the head towards the floor, hands reaching skyward. Inhale it back up. Unlace those hands, stepping forward to chair. Nice transition. Inhale, reverse swan. Exhale, swan dive forward. Whew. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, reverse swan. Last time, swan dive forward. Right foot steps back, left to meet it in plank position. Exhale to down dog. 1 or 2 deep breaths here, still pedaling through those heels. Keeping that constant movement. Stationary, let that left foot fly, take it open, peeling through that hip. Again, remember, even holding that there, or going ahead and flipping that dog. Your practice. Bring it back around. Three-legged down dog. Inhale, step it through. High lunge warrior. Pressing through that right hip now. Slow pulse. And if you'd like, go ahead and interlace those hands behind the lower back. Pull that chest, feel that rib cage reaching skyward. Just a small movement here. And last one. Inhale, sweep those hands forward, step into chair. Inhale, reverse swan. Exhale, open to mountain pose. Round those shoulders down, back and away from the ears. Again, bring those glutes, tilt that pelvis, reach that gaze skyward. Bring those arms up, deep breath, take it to heart center, and open lengthwise on that mat. Now, bringing it down, again, making sure those wide feet so that we're not bringing those knees over the ankles. Take that stance, slowly dropping it down. Hands to heart center. Now, maybe you want to lift one leg and the other. That's your modification. If you can, bring it up onto both. Exhaling, taking those hands behind the back, steadying that balance. Pull that chest open. Slow pulse here for 10, 8, 6, 4, keep breathing, 2, and 1. Set those heels down, drop down deeper. Inhale it up, slight back bend. Exhale, center. Release down, come back up onto those toes. Slow pulse for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Exhale it down. Inhale, press it up. You should feel that in the quads. Open that chest. And point those toes forward. Exhale, reach those hips back. Opening that chest. And then release those hands down, rounding through the spine as we press into a block or the floor. Again, arching that back in a standing cat. Inhale, press it up. In that cow, exhale one more time, rounding through standing cat. Inhale it back to center. Slowly heel toe those feet in. Now again, we're gonna drop down, rocking those hips from side to side, taking it to that tiger pose. Press those elbows into the inner thighs, inner knees. Toes are gonna splay open a little bit here. We're opening through that chest also. As we pull those hands to heart center, belly drawn into the spine, shoulders dropping down and away from the ears. Close those eyes, take a couple deep breaths here. Exhale those hands down, take one in front, one in back, then release both, slowly dropping those glutes as those feet peel facing forward so we don't damage those knees. Now I'm going to have you draw a wide diamond position, so we're going to bring those feet out in front of us, but touching the soles of the feet together. And then we're going to inhale, reaching those arms underneath, bounding around the hands, around the feet. Drawing those shoulders, drop the crown of the head towards the soles. Again, countering all that chest opening we've done by releasing that spine forward. It's okay to round the back here. And using those hands to draw you through a little deeper. And slowly unwind. Bring those hands back up. Now we're going to extend that left foot forward. Right foot is going to come into that bound position. So kind of a half cradle the baby. So that heel is going to come into that left elbow. Now maybe that's right where we can stay. If you can, again, lengthen through the spine, find those sits bones, bring that right elbow around the right knee, and gently draw that towards the chest. Maybe you want to lean back a little into this. Kind of like a seated pigeon pose almost, kind of cradling the baby as we call it. But with that right leg extended, left leg extended, pull through that heel. Flexing deeply. Keep drawing that right leg towards the chest and lengthening through the spine, feeling that deep stretch to the hip. And then slowly take that right hand around the right foot, extending skyward, pressing through. Now here's your challenge. Take that right yogi toe hold and draw that left foot up. That's where it's important to be on those sits bones. Breathe it through, belly drawn into the spine. And slowly release that right foot down, taking immediately that opposite elbow, placing that left foot there, reaching around with the opposite, and drawing that towards the body, lengthen through the spine, flex that right heel now. Again, maybe sitting up into that. Keep drawing in, loose through that left hip. We're opening up. And slowly release that down. Draw those feet back up in front. And we're going to come through that dragonfly position again, that firefly. So we're going to challenge ourselves, grab a lot of pillows, you're home and free to do this on your own, laugh a little bit. So we're first going to take those hands, I'm going to do this from the side view so you can see it a little bit better. We're going to extend fingertips forward as far behind our body as we can, kind of taking the triceps underneath the hamstrings. And then first we're going to kind of sit back into that. And then we're going to slowly interlace those feet. Now maybe this is right where you want to stay. Just balancing on those hands. Again, back is nicely rounded, so this is a great posture after all that chest opening. And then if you want to release and slowly extend through those legs, finding that full firefly expression. Bringing out of that when you're ready. A lot of work on those wrists, so we're going to come down, back to that tabletop position. Taking and flipping those palms, reaching the backs of the hands forward, exhaling, just sit back slightly, mostly just an inch or so. Feeling that deep stretch. Coming back forward, rotating, dropping the tops of those palms now. Crowns of the hands press into those wrists. Slight movement, maybe a quarter of an inch back. That's a deep stretch. And slowly reverse out of that. Just taking a few cats and cows. And bringing it back to center. Go ahead and sit back, bring those glutes onto those heels again. Rounding those hands in front of the body. Press that lower back towards the back.
Inhaling, reaching that right hand up, left palm comes to the floor. Right hip drops to the floor as we sweep over. Inhaling in a full circle around the body, dropping that right palm, sweeping that left hand overhead, and left hip drops to the floor. And taking that round rotation, right back up to that open chest. Inhale overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Slowly drop those glutes to the floor. Now again, if you have issues with knees, this would be a great place to bring a towel underneath you or a block, again, to protect those knees. If you have this in your practice, to drop down, bring it back, and exhale back into that hero pose, dropping into those quads. Again, I'm going to shift to the side of my mat here. Again, if it's in your practice to lower all the way to the floor, again, listening to your body. Deep stretch through those hips and into those quads. And slowly protecting those knees, drop back up onto those elbows. Slowly press through, reaching those hands in front. And then just bring those feet sweeping around to the front. Taking those shins in hand. And then finding those sits bones. Again, maybe pick those feet up off the mat. Make sure we've got them. Then take the hands to the back on the hamstrings, right beneath the knees. Just gently supporting. Exhaling, rock it back. Inhale to boat. Exhale back. Inhale. Find 3 or 4 more of those. Again, just massaging that spine. A little bit of abdominal work here. And that last one, hold that position. Again, trying to bind your boat pose. Again, we're challenging that body today. Pull those hands behind, extending up. Sweep those hands forward, exhale those hands down. And release one vertebrae at a time. Take that last big belly stretch. Open those hands to a wide T position. Take those legs to a wide X. Again, spread your energy and your full existence as wide as you can as you slowly close those eyes. Finding that Shavasana in a much bigger way than usual. Again, we opened a very deep chakra during this practice. A chakra filled with power and energy. One that any mother, whether you're a mother or father, nurtures that energy constantly, keeping it revived to share with others, to help those around us grow, as well as keeping our growth and personal existence alive. Honor over these last few quiet, deep breaths in Shavasana, that energy which is you.
this next breath, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. I know this position may even feel vulnerable. Allow yourself to feel powerful even in your vulnerability. Gently draw those feet together. Take those hands and cross them over your heart. You ready? Slowly drop to one side. Pressing your way up at your own pace. Coming back to that seated position. No, come here. Come here. Did you just stop the practice? No, come here. I want to wish all of you happy Mother's Day, and the best way I know to close a practice is to bring my oldest son into this. Happy Mother's Day to all of you guys. The beauty of being a parent, mother or father, and nurturing those around us. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Namaste. You don't have to do this with me. I hope you all have a beautiful Mother's Day.